I know this probably makes me sound old, but every single week I look forward to getting this. I look forward to getting my newspaper and the paper copy of the Canadian Tire Flyer. Now, I know I could go on my phone or on my computer and I can see this online virtually, but I like having it in my hand and flipping through it and seeing what's on sale. I don't often buy a lot of stuff, but every once in a while I'll find something that I think, I don't need this right now. But it's on sale, and if I buy it now, I'll have it when I do need it later. That strategy worked out really well last night because I was changing the clutch cable on my motorcycle and I had the tank off and a bunch of things off the bike and I needed a special tool, and I had it because I bought it 6 months ago when it was on sale. Sometimes I buy things just because I know I will need them even if I don't need them right now. This week's sermon might be that way for you. This week's sermon has something really good to say, something really useful, something we really need to hear. But you may not need to hear it right now. In fact, I hope you don't. I hope it's something that you can think about and put in the back of your mind and put it on the shelf for when you do need it. Because we're going to talk about dealing with trouble. We're going to talk about how we deal with our disappointments and the painful things that come into our lives. So as I said, I hope you're not dealing with stuff like that right now, but I know you will because we all do. And it would be wise for us to know how to deal with it. More than that, it would be wise for us to know that pain and trouble and hardship can actually be gifts from God. They can be useful to us. They can teach us lessons that we learn in no other way. Sometimes we have to go through hard things to become who we're supposed to be. But for that to happen, we have to go through the hard things in the right way. And I think oftentimes our culture tries to lead us in the wrong way. Our culture gives us terrible examples about how we go through trouble. So we're going to try and recalibrate our vision for this. We're going to try and make ourselves think differently about our troubles, because if we can do that, they can be useful. The sermon is called Beyond the Bubble Wrap, 2 Powerful Ways to Transform Your Trouble into Good. This is a lesson that everybody will need at some point, something you can think about and use when you need it. In our Bible study at 10 o'clock, we're in 1 Kings chapter 12, and if you know that chapter very well, or if you were with us last week, you know that the country of God's people is starting to divide. It is breaking up. They are starting to fight amongst one another, and they are at the verge of becoming 2 separate kingdoms, a northern one called Israel and a southern one called Judah. This is a really sad moment in the lives of God's people, in their history. It shouldn't have come to this, but it does because people are making bad decisions. They're making incorrect choices. They're thinking about the wrong things. And so as we go through 1 Kings chapter 12, we will note their mistakes and we will encourage one another to not repeat them. It's not a really happy chapter, but it is a very useful and practical one where we can talk about a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things that it can teach us. So, on a beautiful sunny weekend, we're going to talk about troubles and hardships and all sorts of things for most of the morning. But again, if we can see them properly, they're not just problems, they're opportunities. They're not just issues, they're chances for us to grow. And we'll work at getting that mindset this week. See you on Sunday.